Good morning, everybody. Okay, well, I've had a couple of days to relax a little bit, not think about things so much, which I really needed. All right, so I have a message for everybody out there about knowing thyself. When you know yourself, it doesn't matter what other people think or what other people say, what other people do, because you know it's not true. Hello, Robin Hood. When you know yourself, it's easier to let things go that others are speaking, doing in regards to you. And as hard as that is to turn the other cheek, when you know that you're not doing what people are saying you're doing, not reacting is in your best interest. Because when you react, people can't tell who the crazy one really is. They can't tell if it's them or if it's you. People are looking from the outside, and all they see are two people fighting, going back and forth. Then nobody knows who really is the one that's causing the problem. But when you stand true to who you are and you know yourself and don't give reaction to the things that these people are doing, then the crazy stands out all on its own, doesn't it? And if you have people who jump on the bandwagon with these crazies that are showing themselves to be crazies, well, then you can kind of weed them out as people that you don't really need in your life. It makes it a little easier, doesn't it? All right, so I'm understanding now that the FBI is starting to see a pattern. And what I mean by a pattern is how people like me, and just people in general, but people like me with gifts are targeted, and that we're all going through pretty much the same thing, just a different set of circumstances. The FBI is seeing that now. And that the Masons are oppressing people in order to gain for themselves. There are now 3 hospitals that are showing to be involved in my situation. There are many people in the industry, the Hollywood and the music industries, that have been speaking out on the things that I've been speaking out on now for a long time, some longer than I've been. But all of these people were shown to be crazy, or were blackballed, and people stopped listening to them. People stopped paying attention to them. People stopped believing in them. And for those who kept speaking, I thank you, because your words and what you're saying is true. And now being on the other end of this spectrum of somebody who's been targeted the way that I have been my whole life, it's all finally starting to make sense, isn't it? And the more voices that are speaking out, the better off we are. And to those voices in Hollywood, in the industry, that have not gone to the FBI, I would recommend doing so. You won't be seen as crazy anymore. Oh gosh. Okay, so here's something major. The fires that are happening in California. This is not God. This is him downstairs. Him downstairs told the Masons, the top dog Masons, told them to stop what they were doing because they were bringing entirely too much attention to the situation at hand. They were told to stop by the one that they worship. But in their ego and their pride and their greed, they could not stop. So, him downstairs is the one that sparked the fires in the Palisades in California to take away everything that he gave, which he would have done anyways. But now he's doing it collectively with all of them that worship him downstairs. There's a lot of this close-knit community in the Palisades. These are all Masons. They're all Masons. That's why it's such a close-knit community. I've been hearing from the Masons spiritually, and I've been more or less ignoring because they keep doing the same thing, saying the same things. They want me unalived. Yes, they do. Anybody that's bringing in positive change, anybody that's speaking on what they're doing, anybody that's trying to stop them, they want to unalive them. All right, Scientology is not a religion. It's just another way for Masons to bring people in to their group. There are many people who have left Scientology, and these people are aware of the things that have been happening or have happened to them and others. Let's see, Jaguar, Ice-T, Cat, Roxanne, or excuse me, Roseanne. These are all people who know, factually know what Hollywood and the music industry is all about. Not everybody in Hollywood and not everybody in the music industry. Let's get that straight. But they've been speaking on this for a long time. And they're not lying. They're telling the truth. And all of these people are people who have been blackballed, shown to be crazy, untrustworthy. But they're all right. And that's why they've been blackballed. Elvis Presley is not dead. He faked his own death in order to be able to get away from these people. Elvis Presley is very much alive. Michael Jackson, Prince, and countless others were unalived to shut them up. Right at the time that all of this started coming to the apex, where they started talking, where they started making their music about what's going on in the industry, that's when they were unalived. And that young kid in that boy band, another one. And I'm sorry I don't remember his name, but that's not my genre of music. And there is the PI who's been watching me. And he is seeing that what these people have said about me is not the truth. Confirmation. He sees, he knows, and he understands. And it's my understanding that he's already gone to the FBI. And I'm sure the photo that you took of me surrounded by my angels was probably something that absolutely blew your mind. Probably something that helped you decide to do the right thing. And I'm very thankful for that. More than you know. And I do know who you are. Eshu was sent to me by Sandy, but ended up going back because he doesn't want any of that. He doesn't want any of this. He doesn't want any part of any of this. And when an entity, a deity, a demon is sent to somebody and they don't hit that person, well, then that entity, deity, demon goes back to where it came from. So, Sandy's dealing with that now. Things are advancing quickly. And I am just being as patient as I can be. There is something that a very influential, powerful person is doing. And I'm not at liberty to talk about that just right yet, but I want you to know that I thank you, and it is a very good idea. It's a very good idea to get that under control. All right, that's going to be it for right now, but I might be back later. You never know. It just all depends on what I need to speak on and how I need to speak it. But him downstairs, he's now taking out the very people that worshipped him, because now he sees that they were the ones that brought this all out, that exposed everything, because they wouldn't stop when they were told to, only causing my eye to open further and wider. And having me step into my purpose. They did that by not stopping. And I'm not giving them credit, because these have been my gifts from the very beginning. And they stopped them for most of my life with all of their magic and manipulation and lies and deceit. They stopped my gifts for a long time. But this last time, 4 years ago, when they tried to kidnap me, that was my awakening moment. I've been speaking the truth since I was a child, and they've known all along what my purpose is. But they didn't know who I am. They know now. They all know now. And they're scared. And rightfully so. All right. Please love each other. Love yourselves even more. Thank you. I appreciate that. Know thyself. And protect yourself spiritually. I'll talk to y'all later. Have a great day. And I might be back later. You never know.